Well, if this is a
Welcome
song,
to
it's Hello,
World
Darkness,
of
My Old Friend.
Ability. We are live. We're going right now. This is World of Ability, and I am so happy to be here with you guys today. This is oh my gosh, we are on the road. We are doing all sorts of fun things in the world of ability. And joining us today, I have the pleasure of introducing Dr. Anthony Sardelli to the group here. Anthony, I'm going to go ahead and bring you on in. How are you? So happy to have you here.
Hey everybody, it's great to be here. It's a busy Saturday, but I always have time for my friends at World of Ability and everything else that's Kurt and Sue, of course, and everybody else. So it's great to see you guys and hear about what you're doing.
So, Anthony, for those who have not yet that are not yet familiar with Nonprofit TV Network, what exactly is that? Give us a little glimmer of all the good things you're doing.
Well, I hope you know what it is because I have your programs running on it. So what it
Oh
is
yeah.
it's two different things. We're television, we're streaming television on Roku and Apple and all that. You can find us just go to Roku, search Nonprofit TV, or you can even go to the website that I believe is what IVOG TV IVODtv.org. And anyway, you'll find our television, our long format program. So we have nonprofit shows. We also have entertainment to fill in the blanks when we don't have 24 hours of nonprofits giving us their great messaging. But no, it's a platform for nonprofits. I wanted to offer this, for everyone to have a platform where they could put their message out, whether it's as short as a PSA for awareness or, a full blown show like you guys do. You've got a home, with us. And then we also have our public venue network where we're all throughout Texas. We're in, restaurants and barbershops and that sort of thing. We reach millions of people a month through that. And we're expanding now to Arizona. We've got locations going up every week. So we're looking forward to doing it there. And what that does is, if you're a nonprofit in one of those areas where we have both the local venues and the global streaming, boy, it's a 1-2 punch. You really get your message out locally in a great way, and then you also reach the world with whatever message you want to give the world about yourself. So, got a lot of exciting things coming. We're partnering with some veteran organizations and things, so we're gonna really start expanding our footprint in hopefully both directions. So I hope you guys got a lot to say because we're going to have a big audience for you to say it to is the goal.
Awesome. And because you are doing some amazing things. Like you said, you've got those locations where this is all streaming to your locations there with the Denny's restaurants and whatnot. And I did I hear that correctly? You've officially expanded into Arizona.
Yeah, actually, yesterday our first location was the ARRA clinic, a stem cell research clinics in Phoenix that everyone's talking about. So they had a fundraiser there, and we debuted our first screen. But we've already got 8 more already lined up, and I think that we're going to be able to put dozens of locations up just in the next few months, which will mean probably hundreds of thousands a month that'll see what we say. And then if we get into the 50, 60, 70 location range, we'll be up towards a million or more. So that's our goal, is to really, hit that area, with our messaging. So all the nonprofits in that area can enjoy attention, some revenue. We'll have sponsors that'll subscribe, and we can do that for anyone anywhere. It doesn't take much. You can get in your neighborhood, if you wanted something like this, we provide all the equipment. All you do is approach a venue and ask them if they'd like to take part, and we turn a TV that costs them money into something that makes them money and also gives attention to you and also gives revenue to you as sponsors come on board. And they love the model. Everybody we talk to is really excited about it. So the bigger it gets, the better it gets in every way. It gets you more attention. It brings in a little more funding for you every month. And we give you a way to do that that's really easy. All you have to do is basically make a connection, and we can take it from there, or however you want to do it. So that's what we're doing with nonprofit TV. We're just trying to build a bigger and bigger platform and get more and more people to see what you have to say.
And that's huge because that's not being done out there. This is something that is super unique and couldn't be with a nicer guy. Anthony, we really appreciate all the things that you do and the difference you're making out there. Oh my gosh. I don't, did you ever imagine that you would be touching this many lives in the process of what you're doing?
I don't know, but I was sure hoping so because The Lord gave me a, direction, and it was a 180 from where I was going. And I said, "Go where in Texas?" I'd never been here. So anyway, it was the place to start. It's the poorest zip code in the country. They had the most need here. It was the hardest fight, but we proved we could self-fund and build this giant network in Texas all on our own. Never got a grant, never got a donation, and now we can give back. Now we can duplicate this model without all the pain of going through the trial and error that we did. We really do have a refined system. It's great for the venues. They love it. It's great for the local nonprofits. Got a lot of outcomes. And now with revenue hopefully ramping up, we can start, giving that back to nonprofits all over the country. So you get all of that with just that side of the house. And then streaming, we've got great support from On the Mark Global Entertainment and company. Basically, they give us this huge distribution all over the world. So even bigger things are coming. And no, I would have never guessed even a year ago that this was something that could happen. I mean, I just kept my head down and worked, and I wasn't looking for anybody. And then someone named Kurt Roscoff found me out in the wild and introduced me to all you great people. And yeah, they just like the model too, I guess. They just saw, what, this is something that fits with the kind of people we're working with, which I think are just some of the best people on the planet. So I feel blessed. That's all I can say. Very blessed.
Well, I'd like to chime in if I could. Aloha, Dr. Anthony Sardelli. I'm Marianne of Waikiki, and
Hey,
I can't
Marianne.
thank you. I can't thank you enough for help us with the Acts of Kindness series. I'm the author and Apple game developer of the Acts of Kindness series, featuring 200 folk man as puppets. My books are written for animation movies with sign language characters and a soundtrack by Lucy Lynch in The Perfect Way. And yesterday we celebrated Aloha Friday and May Day Lay Day. And I recognized that in my second book, Rabbit Acts of Kindness. So I can't thank you enough for taking me as an author and bringing my book trailers into Denny's restaurants, advertising these book trailers that we have been working on creatively with our team and musicians, and to bring that out there to the world. And, it was tears of joy yesterday for me, because I look back in retrospect that, a year and a half ago, I applied for an awesome grant foundation, and we won it. And we gifted the Hawaii School for the Deaf and Blind a water unit from Clean Water Foundation. And my second book's Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully, during October Anti-Bullying Month. And we were also part of that grant went to Jay Stoyan of the Disability Channel out of Toronto, Canada. And looking back, sometimes you just don't know what you're doing, but you don't know how it's going to be perceived. And I'm so grateful where I am now in my journey in San Carlos, Mexico, that we were able to provide that. When I left the island of being there for over a decade and interpreting for a deaf man, and got to do my journey over there at the Unity Church of Hawaii, and Stan Sims, my writer, and Lucy Lynch in The Perfect Way. So for you to help us bring this vision and mission off of our website, and that's www.actsofkindnessseries.com, we're getting these messages out to the world of peace, love, happiness, and thanks. And, we have 500 million people worldwide with a hearing loss now. We have millions of moms and dads coming home from being of service who can't hear their own children or grandchildren. So these are educational tools. And I can't thank Kurt and Sue Roscoff enough. Their support with the veterans on the Mark TV. He's a veteran himself. So are you. And we know people that are veterans. And so this is just so exciting. And to move it forward one step at a time, right? But we got a great team. We keep getting our news to great people, what we're doing. We're leaving a legacy and bringing clean water where we can. And this past Sunday, I'm in San Carlos, Mexico. I've been here for 3 years. We're sailing, and I'm sailing tomorrow with Captain Robert. And we were invited to be at a book fair at the Colibri restaurant. And Captain Robert plays piano there on a Friday night for the last several months. And we're really making a community impact down here. And so we made some videos. We also did World Water Day with Brennan, and you are showcasing them too. Again, I can't thank you enough. He's a sound bath healer. And we're having a good time. We're out there, and we've been at events promoting good things. And it's a lot of work. We get tired, but we can't thank you for showcasing of what we're doing here across the world, or really kind of 6 hours south of you in Texas, maybe, I don't know, 6 hours from On the Mark TV. But we have a creative team, and we're excited to make that happen, to find the funding to bring these books into animation movies, again, with the sign language characters. So thank you, Nonprofit TV. Thank you from Clean Water Foundation, Leanne McLaughlin, Clean Water Foundation out of Seattle, who's doing amazing events, and, you know, the continued growth of us networking, and just to see what's happening. And it's a new moon, okay? It's a new moon. It's a flower moon. Like yesterday, I brought over Hawaiian food, well, Kailua pork and some sandwiches and some rice. And, you know, I'm in Mexico, so they're like, no, it's not taco. I said, it's not tacos, but we're sharing the aloha spirit around the world. And my hair salon, and she's like, I saw you and I didn't know you signed. And I said, yeah, I said, that's what I did kind of for a living 30 some years ago. And I did that in Hawaii. And so, you know, we're building some great community support here. They do a lot of fundraising down here. Robert's playing piano, and hopefully says he's coming down here as well. I got Brennan Williams down here is doing the sound battles. He's talked on the Mark TV. He's got a team called Prestige Media that can help us bring these books into animation movies and work with what we have to do. So I'm very excited. And again, I can't thank you so much to have that dream come true for you to showcase these book trailers, that thought to action, that thought to action to get that out into the world. And, you know, I can't wait to see these young children, niños, niñas, keiki, hear this, special needs children, autistic children, you know, watching these videos on TV, seeing characters that are similar to them, the hearing loss or signing, but being part of this community, being part of the service, cleaning up the ocean, walking down the beach and picking up plastic or wherever you are, or no bullying, being nice and being kind and showing people love, happiness, and things in this basic sign language. We're learning the finger spelling alphabet on our YouTube channel with Dr. Fingers, the finger spelling hermit crab, and Eve, the finger spelling bumblebee, and Chelsea, the courageous sign language chicken. And so these characters are going to be getting out into the world, and just see eyes light up and family members being happy, so that, you know, we're opening up other doors and we're being kind about it. There's other things that could be happening, but we're choosing this path, and I can't thank you enough. So back to you. Aloha. I'll be joining a little bit later. Santa Papa John joins us. We're actually doing every Saturday a book, and we'll be reading Cool Acts of Kindness dedicated to Leanne McLaughlin, and we'll pull up that chapter using more characters. And we just did Water is Life. So we're so grateful for the clean water that we have and people that are making that happen. Aloha. I'm Marianne of Waikiki.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Marianne. Always good to have you here. And we'll look forward to seeing you here again in just a little bit. And I know I was on with Santa earlier today. I know he's around and he's doing good things. He's got some good news going on in his corner of the world too. So stay tuned for more from him in just a little bit here. But I do see, Helen, that you have your hand raised as well.
Yes, I wanted to catch Dr. Anthony before he had to leave. So I am so grateful for all the progress that's been made. And I can't remember when the last time was we actually talked in person. But yeah, massive weaving in all directions. And I just want to move my head so you can see my new graphic of our International Spaces Station. And I hope we can set up a meeting so that we can do some good PSAs.
Wow, isn't that exciting?
Isn't
It's
that
always great
fun?
to see you. Yeah, and happy
Yeah.
to talk about whatever exciting project you have. It's never boring. I know that much. So I look forward to it.
Well, fun does improve our function. So thank you so much. And also, Marianne of Waikiki, I do have a hearing impairment. I've never had an opportunity to have time devoted to learning sign language. So I'm looking forward to when I can afford to get your books and get them in the local school system here. I am happy to report that I finally got my law case introduced into a court, and it has been assigned to a gal who has a history with me, and the judge that assigned her, and then also her assistant used to be a Marshall County commissioner. So I thank God that my wishes have been granted, even though I couldn't find a law firm that would take this case on. God aligned me to say, Helen, hunker down. You know how to research things, use your media, use every tool available to you, and get that lawsuit filed. So it had been on my shoulders and on my mind, and constantly asking people, can you help me? Do you know a law firm? Blah, blah, blah. You know, nobody had help for me because nobody's willing to take on this level of corruption and secrecy of how lawyers and even judges and CEOs are manipulated. So I'm praying that this is part of God's plan for how we protect the people who took oaths to stand up for integrity and to protect the people from those who just manipulate and stand behind their lovely profit loss balance systems. Meanwhile, they're involved, very woven with the global Jeffrey Epstein um, wealthy nonprofit and business network. So money is a tool, but it is certainly
This
not what stands in a disaster. What did you going to say? I'll close my mic. What were you going to say, Anthony?
No, I just made a comment. It's just when you said all the money going to the nonprofits too. I said, well, I missed that. So it just
Oh,
struck me as kind of funny. It's just,
no,
yeah,
well, we have to have the right nonprofits to profit balance, because that
sure,
is a very important legal structure when
sure.
properly used. I just need to make sure that all the nonprofits in the business that are involved
I
with
just,
Wellness Weavers that I
Mhm.
grandmother in. So yes, I officially grandmothered you in. Do you want me to run and go
Oh,
get
well, thank you.
my Santa hat on and
Well, that's so kind of you. Thank you so much. No, I'm just making a point. I mean, sometimes nonprofits get a bad name now because of all the political happenings, but there's a big difference between the way they're structured and set up and their mission versus ours, and the real people doing the real work. So,
yeah.
anyway, as far as it
And
affects
that's why
fundraising and all
Helpopedia
that,
is
we're
in
working
with
through it.
your nonprofit. And
Right.
and then we're screening who actually qualifies, because not everybody who says they are who they are and what they stand for is actually telling the truth.
True. Very, very, very true. So I'm really glad to hear that, and thank you so much for your generosity. I appreciate that.
Well, I love veterans, and I am married to a Navy reservist, and I've studied his case. I mean, to meet somebody that has a legal life or a birth certificate, and such a smart, intelligent person that, and then to find out why the VA calls me that little woman, and all the things that happened to me. So, just this morning I was reviewing my 57-minute a replay of my board meeting the other day. And he was reviewing my motion for the court. I was like, read this while I work on this. I keep, thinking, oh, I can make the deadline of court today. Nope, I had to keep staying overnight. And I literally walked 11 miles to get home. So I'd be home before a funeral of a veteran. So I know God is really protecting us truth tellers, and that the truth will eventually set us all free, and that free will actually be restored um, to people, and that government contracts will be justly given, so that people can know their food and their water is not being tampered with, because the health insurance marketplace, they insure chronic illnesses, and that was my focus. That was Marshall County did a community health assessment process in 1998. Their focus, they said, was on obesity, and boy, has it improved. And I mean, more chronic diseases, more obesity, more things that they can test and medicate. and then wipe out kidney function and put people on reoccurring dialysis. So we have to call it all out and say holistic wellness belongs in the foundation of everyone's health care. And if the government persists in attacking me and keeping my training out of the US healthcare system, then they have revealed which woman, which global green biz woman they are accountable to. So are they the wellness oriented mutual aid network, or are they part of the wealthy oppressive Oz? That Oz is according to a friend of Kurt's who spoke Persian. He's the one that said to me, Helen, you know what Oz means? And I said, no, what does it mean? He goes, in Persian, it means greed. Isn't that humorous? Opportunity zone laws that go into neighborhoods and they get the contracts for revitalization, all of that. So we need to flip that on its ear and find veteran-owned, minority-owned businesses that actually protect health and the well-being and do not look for who they can target and scapegoat to enrich the county jails and keep people, they get to watch TV, they get to play cards. And boy, did I learn a lot by being calling the police and saying, no, I'm not budging. I'm not accepting a warning. You have to take me to jail. And then I learned about the jail system from the inside out. And oh my goodness, what gets done by women and men in jail is unbelievable. But it's very believable and very true. And the people that get the health insurance contracts, they're morbidly obese and full of tattoos and piercings as well. So anyway, that's an indicator of childhood trauma. And it takes people with trauma-informed care, holistic wellness to actually administer and build the restorative justice form of health, education, and social justice that literally levels the playing field for all of those nonprofits that said they were addressing the social determinants of health in 1990. And I'm calling out the American Nurses Association, who certified me in community health, and the health department, the Department of Health and Human Services, and in Kansas, they're called Department of Health and Environment. So they picked the right little woman, as the BA referred to me in 2012. Yeah, we can't partner with one little woman. Nobody knows what Wellness Weavers is, and they intended to keep it that way, but God had another plan.
I
And
think
I'll
that's
sip it.
wonderful.
Hi, Dr. Harvey Loomstein.
I think that's wonderful, Helen. And I've got some windmills on this side of the fence too that I'm going to go deal with. So I'm going to leave you guys to it. And it's so great to talk to all of you. And you know where to find us if you need anything. Please reach out if you have any needs or anything we can help you with. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anthony. Appreciate you being here and joining us today. We'll see you again soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now. So yes, welcome, Dr. Harvey. And I also see somebody on here named George, and I haven't touched base yet to see who this is. And George, if you want to come on in, just unmute and start talking so we can hear you here. And Dr. Harvey, so good to see you. Welcome.
It's good. It's good to be here. Such a pleasant day, even in Minnesota.
Yes, hello, everybody. My name is Yeri. That's George in English.
Oh, excellent. How are you?
Nice to meet you. I greet you from the Prague. It's in Europe, in the Czech Republic. The country is Czech Republic. Town is Prague, and the continent Europe.
Excellent.
And
Well, welcome.
I've been invited by Kurt.
Perfect. All right. Well, so glad you're here. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and what you are all doing? And then I'll pass it over to Dr. Harvey to do the same. But George,
Yes.
if you want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about who you are.
Thank
I
you.
just want to ask George, can he improve the lighting? Because we like to see people's faces so that we develop our friendships. So if you could
Yes,
work
I
on your
can.
lighting, I
Yes,
was hoping when I saw George that it was, and no offense, because I do want to visit with people from Prague, but George Grant and Dr. Harvey Loomstein are a pair of men that I love collaborating with. And so no offense, but I do love George of the Jungle, Curious George. And so I'm looking forward to hearing what kind of children's books, how do you work, how are you involved in health and justice? And any of those issues. I as a young child had friends whose last name were Piku, and they were from Prague. And so I learned a lot about the war, and they adopted a little girl. So I'm always interested in adoption and people that help shelter people and who feed people and who are very kind. So if you could work on your lighting, please.
Yes,
I'd
sure.
like Dr. Harvey Loamstein to continue because he was just starting to talk when you opened your mic, George. So Sue, is that okay? Team tagging Sister Sue and Sue
Well,
Rothkopf.
all right. Well, I just asked George to introduce himself. So let's start there, and then we'll go over to Dr. Harvey. I appreciate that. George, go ahead.
Yes, so I will be very brief, and I will also work on my lightning next time. I am originally, I will be very brief. Originally an English teacher for 30 years. I've been teaching English. And before 15 years, I started my project for entrepreneurs, and I do for them podcasting. I do podcasts with people from the whole world. And there I have two projects within the podcast. One is the message for the future generation. This is for the parents to leave to their kids a message, private message, which will be revealed in 30 years. And the other project is a business podcast. And I did 600 of those podcasts yet. I have a YouTube channel, so you are very welcome to it. And also I do networking events for people who are interested in sharing, making new friendships. So I'm very glad to be here and nice to meet you guys. I will be in the background with you here listening.
Oh, good. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you being here. And Dr. Harvey, so good to see you. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself too?
I can do that. I'm trying to decide what to say. What to say? Well, I help people develop their immune system, and I help people get healthy. And I do that through several ways. And the best thing is that we do is if you have diabetes, we can get your A1C down to 6.4 or less in 3 months and off of your meds. And I'm working on a workshop. No, it's just a little seminar that I'm doing Tuesday at noon. And I happened to come across a video that I made, an AI video about what happens, what your blood looks like at 7.2, and that's when your blood sugar, your A1C is 7.2, and that's in the medical profession. That's where the doctors tell you you're fine. You're fine at 7.2, and you are fine at 7.2 because you're creating more illness and sickness for them and making them more money. So that's me. And Sue just froze.
Well, I'd love to tag team on with you. Is that okay with you, Sue? You're going through a kind of a choppy.
Are you frozen now?
No,
I was
you
just
were
going to
just
ask.
a little choppy.
I was going to ask Dr. Harvey to mention he does have a podcast that he's recently started. You want to tell us a bit about that?
That podcast will be up a week from Thursday at 11 o'clock. It's called For the Health of It. And we invite people to talk. I'm thinking that the one coming up in a week, is going to have something to do with autism. I think. if I can lay the foundation in that time.
Beautiful. It's a great topic. I, sorry, I'm not sure if I'm almost home, and then I will have a stable signal. Helen, I know you had said you had something you wanted to say too. Go ahead.
Well, I wanted to ask George, just for my knowledge, is Prague considered part of the Czech Republic? I don't know the answer to that question, and I'm sure he does. I also wanted him to put his links in the chat so that we can follow his work. And I'm so grateful that he taught English. And I'm very, very happy that Kurt invited him in. I'm curious how that connection emerged. And Dr. Harvey Loomstein, I wanted you to know. Oh, look at that. There's George.
He turned his light on.
Thank you. Yeah, it looks like you could be in the inside of a sauna. And my husband and I built one in what the pioneers built as a spring house on a 25-acre farm where I was for 30 years. And I called that heaven on earth. And we had a little wood stove in there. So, and we put a skylight in there. And so the children, and we had two decks and we put a little ladder. The children loved playing in there. We could stay cool in the summer, or we could heat up in the winter. And some people pay a lot of money to go to a different state like Colorado and stay in a place like that. And I would just love that we were able to do that and honor the work of the pioneers. And what a blessing to have access to those kinds of health measures. Dr. Loomstein and is in Minnesota. Have you ever been to the United States, George?
Yes, I have. Thank
Which
you for the
states have you
question,
been
Helen.
in?
Chicago, Illinois, North Carolina, South Carolina, Washington, Denver, then in Kansas,
You've been in
and
Kansas. That's where I am.
and other cities
Oh,
as
that's
well.
so wonderful. But I am in Kansas, but I wasn't brought here till I was 5 years old, although I came when I was 11 months old because we had to come bury our little sister. And but I am born in the state where Dr. Harvey Loomstein. So four of my father's five children were born in Minnesota, and that
Wait,
makes us.
I'm in Texas.
Oh, I thought you
My
said you were in
Minnesota
Minnesota.
comment was to Sue. It's even a nice day in Minnesota.
Oh, is
I'm
she
in
in Minnesota? Are you in Minnesota instead of
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. We're close, yeah.
It's right next to one. It's all the same.
Right next door.
Oh, no, it's not all the same. Minnesotans, we're gophers. We go for this, go for that. And and they had a really good public health system. But then they got hijacked. You know, that's where all the cereal companies are. And refined flour mixed with sugar and fat, that's a lethal combination. And few people know that Betty Crocker was a man in a chemistry lab. So now I'll be quiet.
Well, and I do see we have another one of our Midwest girls joining us. I'm going to give Debbie a moment here to come on in and introduce herself. Good to see you, Debbie. Thanks for being here.
Hi, everybody. I'm Debbie Miller with Legal Shield. I actually live in Kansas City, Missouri. So in the Midwest, definitely close to Kansas, not in Kansas. Don't go to Kansas if I don't have to. So anyway, but yeah, I'm with Legal Shield and ID Shield. I have been to Kansas to meet our attorneys there, and I love meeting them, spending time with them. And I've met our attorneys here in the Missouri area as well. And I'd love being able to help families and small businesses all over North America have access to affordable law firms in their area to help with all the craziness that seems to keep coming up more and more every year. So I love that we can help families for like $1 a day actually be able to protect their whole family. But with our small businesses, whether it's at your home or actually a business place, depending on how size I can help with those occasions as well. So love to help families. I'm here in Missouri, but I grew up in Nebraska, so I'm kind of the definitely Midwest girl.
Well, I grew up in St. Louis and now I'm in Texas. and I'm what you call a damn Yankee. Because I came here and I stayed.
Yes, I am. I'm definitely the Yankee person too. A lot of the Southern food things, I have no clue what that is. So some of it I like, and occasionally I don't. So, but definitely a Nebraska Midwest person, and definitely a Yankee. So, go ahead, Helen.
I soloed. I did my solo and dual cross country for my pilot's license in Nebraska at Beatrice. And but I stopped there, and then I diverted my flying fund to buying buildings so I could replace the 6 buildings that I had access to when I lived out at the farm and was part of a 30-year marriage. That when I came home and said, I got right seat for the 4th time. And now that we're empty nesters, now that I've updated my public health, and now I'm going to get my pilot's license. And he came down, he looked me in the eye and he said, we have nothing in common. We should get a divorce while we're both young enough to find our right mates. Now, do you think that's a true statement?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably not something you could make that craziness up. So.
Oh, well, the one thing I wanted to tell you is I want a quiz question. Debbie, have you ever met the lawyers in Lawrence, Kansas that are in Legal Shield?
Yes.
Oh, well, they're the ones that said, we're returning all your money. We can't help you with any of your 3 cases. And that caused a $250 penalty to the very kind woman who had given me the gift because she thought she could help a lot of people that way. And no, so I know that they work. The Legal Shield is a franchise system, and people need to know that they can use their state's legal system for if they have to represent the pro se. Every state in the union has to host those forms. So the fact that Legal Shield is getting paid $1 a day and then not willing to take controversial cases that call out the Jeffrey Epstein and this BS about the food system, that's just wrong.
If you read the contract that you sign with Legal Shield, it specifically says that the only time I've been a Legal Shield, in fact, I think everybody should have Legal Shield, especially if you're a business. But if you have a case where they protect you if someone is suing you, they don't go after you suing someone else, because those are cases that can cost a lot of money. Now they can find somebody who will take it, but they're not in that business. It's protected insurance. That's what it is. It's legal insurance.
Yes, I have had an experience, and I had great Legal Shield attorneys in Honolulu, Hawaii, Brevard, and Jones, and they were awesome in regards to writing some bogus fraudulent activity that was happening to my bank account, and they resolved it. It was amazing. So for a person, having just some small little things, boom, they took care of it. They called me when I was sailing. They are awesome. And, what a great feeling and family and the aloha spirit again. Welcome again, Dr. Harvey. Nice to see you. I was earlier here. And I've had great experiences with them of when I need them. And by choice, I really don't need to, we do need that protection, but things do happen with fraudulent activity on our accounts, and boom, they took care of it. They wrote the letters and things were resolved immediately. So it just depends on what type of situation you're having. And, and so just wanted to share that with you. And wanted to share with you too, Dr. Harvey. I joined Dr. Anthony Sardelli at the beginning of the podcast here. I can't thank you enough for 2 weeks ago when we had the afternoon to talk about hearing loss and tinnitus, ringing in the ears, and the magnesium. And I met with a consultant, a wellness supplement healer, and we talked about some of that stuff. So I shifted my supplements, and I had my chiropractor was over here right after we get off our podcast, and I showed him that. And so, you know, this new moon is making me going through a deep cleanse. I went through all my medical things, my pharmacy bag for my personal, just in case emergency, friends were here, and trying to read some of the labels and everything like that. And so I can't thank you enough because I'm feeling better, and I'm trying the new magnesium. And it was a great show that afternoon talking about tinnitus, ringing in the ears, and hearing loss. So I just wanted to share that before the conversations move and shift into the next hour. And we have Santa Papa John coming in, and we are going to continue the book club, the Acts of Kindness series, the second hour. And what a great show and talking about that. So we can roll over and talk whatever we want, but I just wanted to chime in and wanted to share that Legal Shield did help me out, and I highly recommend them for whatever needs you need. And sometimes you don't need them. So that's what I wanted to share with you.
Let me offer a story. I had a client in Legal Shield. They were an elderly couple, and they put in a bath. They put in one of those walk-in bathtubs, 2 of them. And after a few years, they both leaked. And he called me up and he said, "I've got to cancel." He said, I'm going to be hit with $100,000 law, yada, 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 and I got to cancel my Legal Shield. I said, "Whoa, wait. Hold on a minute. Tell me the story." And when I said, that's the case Legal Shield is paid for, and I said, "This is what you do, and then call Legal Shield." And they took care of it. Just to gather the information, present them with it, and they took care of it. That's the kind of, and that's a breach of contract that they got to have something they can put their foot on when they go into court. They can't make something up. You can go to a plaintiff lawyer and he can make something up, because I've been involved with those guys. But basically, you got to have the law on your side, and the law's got to be pretty clear. So that's all that I can say.
Thank you. Yeah, they're very helpful in protecting us.
And Debbie, you've been wonderful. We've called you when, things kind of come up, kind of this, I've gotten PayPal stuff, frauded stuff. And, you're always here on the World of Ability or Happy Neighborhood Projects. And, we share the stories that happen. And, how do we just get through it? Because somebody's trying to fraud us and make us look bad. And they came through immediately, sent a letter back to them and said, "There you go. I represent my client. She did not do this. You're overcharging her. There's this was fraud." And they're awesome. And, and they're fine. I mean, the Brevard and Jones in Hawaii, because I lived there, they're, how you doing? They're really personal, got things done right away, and they sent it off. And there you go. I don't have to think about it. So, PayPal fraud, identity theft to whatever, they're awesome. So again, when you need something, I don't want to say small or minimal, because I didn't predict this to happen. I didn't ask for this to happen, but they took care of it. And it was just a nice feeling to know that it's done, it's resolvable, and it wasn't me in regards to the fraud. And boom, it was done, ease and grace, and they're awesome. So it just depends on what your situations are and all that. And there you go. So I appreciate you, Debbie, being on here, and your family members too are hard of hearing. And you read our books too and shared them in Kansas. So thank you so much. And that's what we do as networking here on the World of Ability. We share our stories, we share our kind hearts, we share how we can help each other and build from there and grow from there. So again, thank you so much for presenting Legal Shield. I highly recommend Rivera and Jones in Honolulu, Hawaii. They're so funny and humor too. And they always ask, what are you eating? Are you eating steak over there, sailing? And they're personable. And I'm like, yeah, and got to know them. And so they do a great job.
Awesome.
The
Thank
ones
you.
that I associated with. So again, we're sharing good, kind stories today, Sue. Thank you so much. Again, World of Ability podcast here every Saturday. You're kind hearts to me and dedicated here every Saturday. Great conversations that matter with people. And of course, we thank our sponsors such as Nonprofit TV. Dr. Anthony Sardelli was here. And On the Mark TV, your husband, Kurt Roskoff, Sue Roskoff, and it's through the Disability Channel out of Toronto, Canada. So we're going into the second hour. And we'll roll with the flow with there, and hopefully, ho, Santa Papa John will bleed over and storytelling, the Acts of Kindness series book, Cool Acts of Kindness. Back to you, Sue Roskoff. And we could showcase book trailers. There we go.
Yeah, and we will definitely be bringing that up. I believe Santa's joining us. Have you actually talked to him, Marianne? I'm not sure what timing is exactly, but because I saw him briefly earlier today. But it's been a busy day, in the world of all the things. We've been at a rugby match all morning, so it's been an interesting day getting to participate a little bit with Happy Neighborhood Project, even while at the rugby match. Didn't get to participate as much as I'd like, but I know Debbie, you always are wonderful with heading up what's going on the weekend event. Do you want to share a little bit, just so people know that that's taking place and are invited to join in?
Oh, yes, thank you. We meet Saturdays at 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Central Time, and noon on the East Coast. And it's just an open forum. We could go off into breakout rooms if we have a lot of people, but otherwise we just chat and encourage each other, learn about what's going on in each other's lives. We had Santa on there today, and he shared with us his latest milestone where he has 500 subscribers and how well his podcasts are doing and his story time. And so, that was great. We had Sue, and we got to listen to the rugby game, which was kind of crazy to hear while she's trying to chat with us about what's going on. Yes, and Alana and doing her thing there on the rugby match field, but we learn a lot of things otherwise as well, different things that Sue and Kurt and Emily have going on. And man, they have so many things that their podcasts, and it's been cool to be able to share or to connect some of the people that I've met on other Happy Neighborhood Project places with Sue and Kurt and Emily, and they've gotten to start their podcast. So that's been awesome to watch people grow in just their confidence and their being able to share their business, whatever that might be. So learned a lot about other people's businesses, but encouraging each other to get their YouTube channels going, whether they're like, yeah, I don't really do that, but they're available and you can use it for free and just share your information. It's interesting that the Legal Shield stories get a lot of stuff, a lot of people watching, but my geese in my neighborhood get lots of views, and I'm thinking that will grow into other people watching other things, surprisingly. So anyway, it's just Saturdays are just a relaxed time of meeting with friends, sharing things that work, sharing that, oh, this didn't work so well for me, but maybe it'll work better for you. So it's been a good time. Early if you're on the West Coast, but we still meet at 11 o'clock Central Time. So thanks, Sue. Back to you.
Absolutely, yeah, because it's a nice time because there's folks that have a business on the side and still work a full-time job during the week. So being able to connect in with Happy Neighborhood Project on the weekend, that's kind of a big deal. So we appreciate that you do that for us and head that up so well. And you also have, let's see, Mondays. You want to share? First of all, do you guys all know what a posting party is? Not everybody knows what that means. Can you tell
Right.
us what that is? Because that's a great way to really get your word out quickly in a little different way. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, we all want more people to see our information. And so what we do Monday evenings at, well, 4 o'clock Pacific time, but 6 o'clock Central time, is that we come together, we share a post that we've recently made with each other, and then we each comment on each other's post. We make sure that we've actually connected with that person whose post we're commenting on. So I would say, hey, Sue Roscoff, I love this information that you're sharing. That way Sue knows that I'm there, but also it connects me with her post. And now Sue's people will see that. Also, my people will see it. And so without spending a dime and barely, not even 5 minutes, I've just expanded her message to more people. And then she can do the same with mine. And then just get a conversation going with whatever our posts are, and not doing the, oh yeah, I like this. No, this, I mean, you have a lot of other choices to use besides like on even Facebook or LinkedIn. We usually use LinkedIn because of all the free stuff that they still offer.
Mm-hmm.
And, pick one of the other choices because everybody does the like thing. And it gets a lot more attention if you're doing, oh, it's a great idea, or clapping celebration. And then your comment, and then the person responding can do the same thing to your comment. So if you get 3 or 4 people, all of a sudden you could have many hundreds, 1,000 people actually seeing your information, and you didn't spend very much time, and you certainly didn't spend any money. So that's the point of the posting parties. And we're getting it all built back up, and a lot of people have been using that whole idea, and now we're just learning, new people are learning to use the idea and build their platform up. So do that on Mondays, and everybody's welcome to that one as well.
And that's on YouTube?
That's on LinkedIn. It's where my invitation is to invite people to come. So yeah. And then on Tuesdays, I have Happy Neighborhood Project Women. So women are invited to come and share their business. And again, it's just a place of support. Definitely a safe place to share their information. No politics, no religion, no any of those kind of things chatted about. We're just there to help encourage each other, females only, but on Tuesday. But Happy Neighborhood Project has several other events as well where it's safe to bring your information and share what you love. So that's what keeps me busy. So thanks, Sue. Back to you.
And I just want to say, I love the fact, we've had social gatherings, and the thing is, you don't talk about politics and you don't talk about religion. We want to keep our friends. We value whatever belief systems you have, but by making those boundaries and saying that is very, very powerful. So thank you so much again, Debbie. And that was kind of our other rule thing too, when we go out sailing or had Sunday footballs. We just don't talk about it because we want to talk about with you and have a good time. So, and again, you are the good news and you are the messenger. And Sue, I don't know, seeing a Papa John is going to be joining us. We're rolling over here. I had to reset my clocks here. And we have some video trailers. So we'll wait for a little bit more and let the conversation go. It's Papa John, but in the last 20 minutes, I'll read the chapter of Cool Acts of Kindness, because this is a book club every Sunday. So thank you again, Debbie Miller. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Awesome. And Dr. Harvey, go ahead. Did you have something?
Yeah, I've got a roll. I've got an appointment at 2 o'clock. But I came by to say hi. Talk to you guys later. Thank you.
Have a great day. Always good to see you. Thank you so much, Dr. Harvey. So, and he's one that, like I said, he's got his new podcast, For the Health of It. I love that name. It's beautiful. So that's all part of our World of Ability podcast network. And we do have a website. It's still a work in progress, but you can see all of the times when all of the shows are. Actually, you know what? I'm going to quickly share my screen so you guys can see what that looks like. Let me pull that to the front here. Share my screen. Here it is. The World of Ability Podcast Network. Let me make this nice and big. So it's worldofability.my.canva.site. So when you scroll down, these are all links to the different podcasts, and there's several new ones that have started, so they need to get in here too. But show schedule, you can see when everything is. Some things are on here, like, for example, Santa's VIP panel, that's the first and third Mondays. So that's all noted in here. If it's every week, then it doesn't have anything like that, obviously. But if it's only on certain days, that's listed right on here. So if you're ever wondering when things are taking place, here it is. I also have a calendar, like a Google calendar, that I will be having that link on here as well. It is not here yet because I have to add our last pieces in, but I have a Google calendar that has like actual calendar entries. So if you want that calendar shared into yours, you're able to do that. And then when you go to those Google Calendar pieces, it's got the link right in there. If it's an open podcast that you're welcome to just hop into, the link is right there. So that is going to be something I will post in into this website soon. Once I said I've got some tweaks to do to make sure I've got all my info right, because if you looked at that list, we're somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 plus or minus shows every week. So there's a lot of moving pieces. There's lots going on with that, and it's awesome. So we are so appreciative of all of the folks that hop on in and help out with what they do, and stepping up and hosting their own shows. It's easier than you think. So and George, I know you said you have a podcast that you do as well. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, there are two kinds of podcasts which I'm making from the perspective of viewers. One is that we are trying to get as many viewers as possible. These are business podcasts where people from the whole world share their business story. And this we promote to make as public as possible for other people to see. And the second type is a very private one where we shoot it, we record it, and then we hide it from everybody and nobody can see it. It's forbidden to see it. And after 10 years, it gets revealed to the persons who are appointed. So, for example, the parents shoot it with me and they say, I would like my daughter or my granddaughter to see it after 10 or 20 years, and we hide it and we make it dedicated, we put it on the flash drive as well, and these clients can see it after special time, so it's hidden and nobody can see it. So this kind of two podcasts I'm having, and thank you very much you for asking.
Oh, that's amazing. What an interesting concept. And I can totally see that being something that would strike some hearts right there, that could be a great way to go. So I should ask you before I forget, what is the best way to reach you? Do you have a LinkedIn account, or what
Yes,
if you want to share that
I
with
have
us?
I have put down my web page, and on the bottom of the web page, if you scroll all the way down, there are the links to all my social networks. So I know it's complicated, but also easiest. So if you can see my jiřiboš.cz link in the chat, that's where you can reach me on various platforms. There is my LinkedIn and my YouTube channel. Everything is there.
Excellent. Well, I'll have to check my
And
chat
I'm
on the
also
phone here.
interested in your website. I will check it out after this show.
Perfect. Yeah, because and we're always looking for guests. I forget to mention that in the shows that I have going on during the week, and in several of the folks that we help with their shows as well, there's always a need for guests to come on in and join in the fun. So there's I will include links also for signing up to be with us on Ability MKE Now, which is live on the radio on Wednesday nights. We've got a Calendly link, calendly.com/Ability MKE Now. Nice and easy to do that. And yeah, like I said, with the different groups that we work with, it's often a thing to get enough people joining us for everything that we do. You know what? I just was thinking here, speaking of things we do, you guys know that we like to do water skiing, right? We had a fun morning, even before rugby. We had an early morning today. And as I'm thinking social media, I took a goofy picture this morning, but it's worth sharing. We did a pancake breakfast. First time ever, our ski club had a pancake breakfast. And here is us enjoying that and saying, come and join us, because this wonderful business that's right across the street from our ski site, Brufinity, they did this for our club, and we got to actually earn all the money that was the people bought their ticket as they came in. As I understand it, 100% of that profit went to our ski club. So they helped us raise a good chunk of money this morning. And across the street, while we were doing this, some of our team members were actually in the water. If you notice, I'm wearing like 3 layers right now and had a winter coat on for the game that we were at, because it's in I think the high today was going to be 55. So a little on the chilly side. Oh yeah, Robert says those pancakes look so good. They were. So it takes a community. It takes a lot. Oh, look at this, Debbie. We made you drool too. I love it. And oh gosh, a friend from the club there that sorry, we missed her too. It was a very fun morning, and yes, the pancakes were delicious, and I sure hope we do it again. And if and when we do, I'll have to make sure to get word out so people can come on up and join us in Wisconsin for a lovely breakfast. But that's so much of what we do takes. When I talk to people, when people come in and talk during these shows like this with World of Ability, it's all about community. We surround ourselves with some amazing people. And I can point, even today alone, the communities that I can point to that we are blessed to be surrounded by. So our ski club, great group of people doing amazing things. And if it wasn't, it's a weird concept to think this, but if it wasn't for us doing things with the water ski club, I wouldn't be here doing this with World of Ability. This never would have even happened, because it's all those connections with adaptive water skiing that led us down the road to all of a sudden we're on a radio program. And those thin threads that get us from where we start to where we end up is amazing. Great community there. Wonderful community with the sporting world here with what they have at the high school. And rugby is an interesting sport. If that's one that you're not familiar with, I never would have imagined the community aspect that takes place within a sport as rough and tough as what rugby is. That is very much, to me, an impressive piece. And then here, I hear wonderful things with the communities that you guys are all involved in as well. With nonprofit TV, Helen, with all the things that you're doing with your weaving, and Debbie with oh my gosh, the number of people that you touch with all of the networking. And George, if it wasn't for the networking, you and I would not be talking today. So I'm thrilled that you've joined us here and are able to share more about what you all do as well. It's amazing. And Marianne, oh my gosh. We go way back at this point and are blessed to be able to share out all those acts of kindness. So sorry, getting a little nostalgic for a moment here as I think about all of the great things that take place when we get wonderful people together in the same place like this. So I'm going to hop back over to George. Since it's the first time you and I are getting to talk, can you tell us a bit more about what it is that you are all business-wise? I know you do the podcast. What other things do you do? Is that your main thing that you do is podcasting, or are there other things as well?
Yes, I have within this project, I have 2 more projects. One is networking events. and they are also online. I'm doing also offline and also online both, and I'm doing in English as well. So these are, but my focus is business people, entrepreneurs, owners of companies. So this I'm doing online for the people from the whole world, and offline for the Czech Republic people living in the Czech Republic, because sometimes some people, I'm very happy that some people come from different parts of the world, even to my private events which are offline, like real face-to-face events. So I'm very, very happy and grateful that people are coming from different parts of the world to visit me in Prague, and so you are welcome to visit me in Prague, because it's a beautiful city. And also my another city is Pilsen. You may hear it because of the beer. There is a brewery there, and Pilsner Urquell is quite known in the world. So this is another beautiful town which I am inviting you to. So basically this networking events. And then I have also I liked how Debbie was talking about the supporting each other through the party of promoting posts. We are doing that as well with my friend, and we are meeting a couple of people and we are promoting each other. But that's just by the way thing which I wanted to mention. And I hand over to you again, Susan.
Excellent. Well, I do want to ask, so if people want to join you with the online networking, how would they do that? And when is that?
Yes, I will put to the chat. The thing is that I will put. Thank you very much for for your requirement. I would like to invite you free of charge to this event of mine. It will be on the 12th of May, the next one.
Okay.
And it's 4 p.m. Central European time, which you would have to recalculate because you are probably from different part of the United States, right? So
Yes.
I will put down the information to the chat, and you are very welcome. Thank you very much for asking me.
Excellent. Awesome. I love it. And actually, sorry, I had another thought I wanted to make sure to share. I started thinking about online resources. And one thing I know that Helen's involved in, Kurt's very involved in, Helpopedia. There is a brand new website that just launched about 2 weeks ago. And I'm going to bring that up and share the screen on that one because it is amazing and needs to be shared out there far and wide.
I did just put it in the chat to
Oh,
helpopedia.org, and that links to the special needs directory, which is what Sue is showcasing right now.
so Helpopedia is a wonderful organization. Kurt's on their board, and one of the things that they just launched is the Special Needs Network. Sorry, I keep having things move. I'll stop moving my cursor. It's specialneeds.help, Help, specialneeds.help, and look at these tabs across the top. When you go to conditions, look at all the options on here. And so whatever special need kind of topic, if there's a condition that you're looking for more information on, you're going to find it here. And if by chance you don't, right here, there's a spot where you can suggest one. If you don't see the one that you're looking for information on, they would love to have as much information here as possible. Go to the next tab, professionals. We have healthcare professionals, other professionals here, organizations, and service groups here as well. So then you go to the parents tab. You know, if you're a parent that suddenly is finding themselves in a place where, oh my gosh, I have somebody with special need of some sort, whatever that might be. What do I do? Where do I start? Well, here, all of a sudden, there is a place where you can go and get you'll know where to start because you don't know what you don't know. And when you're faced with unknowns and possibly fear and all these things where do you start? Well, right here, Parents Hub, you are not alone. you're just diagnosed with something, here's a roadmap to get you through the process of understanding the things you need to know. Here's a start here guide, an empowered approach, special needs history. There is so much here. Then there's a section, hope and inspiration, connecting with other parents, practical help. Oh my goodness. How much of a gold mine is this for parents that are needing information? And then go to that next tab, resources. Look at what is available here. There is so much. Community, join the community, support the mission. And then there's here, you can go ahead and find out more about, okay, what exactly is Helpopedia and what is the special needs directory? You can find out our story. You can find out all the things. And this, you can see right at the top here, just launched April 17th. There's a press release there. There's amazing amount of information on this website. Right there, bridging the information gap. There are so many resources out there that, you know what? Maybe you don't know they exist, because until you're at that point and needing it, why would you have even thought about it yet? So this is a gold mine of information. Again, specialneeds.help. Make sure you know about it. Make sure you share that with others. Truly, that is I keep saying it because it's a gold mine. That is so much information. Please let others know about that and take advantage of what's at your fingertips.
And I did put that in the chat in the two ways, both the special needs directory.help as well as helpopedia.org. And then as today's bonus for the people who are here, I included the current draft of what will bridge between the Great Discovery Helpopedia and the international Our World Has Time for You, the Faces of the Clock. And so just to bridge, Kurt and Sue are affiliates of the Great Discovery. So look again at the icon of the what I call the International Spaces Station, home of the global green biz woman. And this woman is the wellness-oriented mutual aid network. So we are really massively weaving. I met Kurt because of a phone call. It's really wonderful and very rare when someone calls you up and said, "We found your project by listening to this TV sunflower interview with Stephanie Rearick that was done by John Quinley, which was a local TV station there in." Is it the suburb of Milwaukee or the suburb of Madison where he is? I can't quite remember that. So Kurt calls me up and says, you know, we're here in Milwaukee area and we're looking to do a mutual aid network. I drove through a snowstorm to go up and make sure that Kurt was who he said he was. I met him. He navigated me. I was like, okay, I'm going through Des Moines. Can you tell me where the Curry? He's like coaching me. So he was literally like co-pilot on the night shift. And I am an ICU EMS emergency responder, but I prefer to prevent disasters. So I'm always putting in a plan in place of worst case scenario. And so Kurt and Sue were on my support team. I arrived in Milwaukee at like 5 in the morning. It was really, really cold. I can't remember the exact day in January it was when they had we would be able to track it because they had a transportation meeting at Independence First, which is where I first met Don Green. So I met Kurt for the first time in person in the parking lot there, and I had made me a little tent out of wool covering my cross-country skis to try and keep warm enough and get a little nap in. So anyway, and then I went around with him. We went to, and they graciously let me sleep on their living room floor next to the rat that was in his hamster cage, Alana's rat, so that I didn't have to stay overnight in my car. And yeah, so I love being a camper, and I loved my CRV because I could shelter in place. I could have all of my supplies with me. But the fact is, it gets pretty cold and lonely if you're in a car and know that the people in the house are a whole lot warmer and have access to a bathroom. Yeah, so I was really appreciative that they didn't know me that well, except they kind of did. They knew, my motivation, my heart, and plus a nurse has to pass, and keep our license. So I had kept my license for many years with no charges against me. But those charges that are against me now are meant to discredit me, so that people think I'm plumb crazy and don't tell the truth. But that's how the truth will set us all free. So God has a sense of humor, and I am grateful to God for giving me so many advantages, putting so many wonderful people in my life, and making it so that at 72, I'm still navigating, I'm still techie, I'm able to stand for myself because I am the physical presence that has to submit court papers and show up at podcasts. So I feel a real kinship and connection to the Holy Spirit because I laid in a sunbeam and talked to God and sang the songs about Jesus loving me and Jesus wanting me for a sunbeam. But we're all sunbeams and we get to shine our light. And I do appreciate being around people that don't say, Helen, you can't talk about religion and we're not talking about politics. And I'm like, politics, that's right, because politics is so corrupt. It doesn't matter whether they're what flavor of politics they are or what flavor of Christian they are. I have found corruption in all of it, and I just want to be safe. So I just want to be able to come home and kick back. So thank you so much for accepting me and not kicking me out of the meeting. I'm going to close my mic. Thank you.
You're all good. So I know I see in the chat here, Emily is sharing another resource with us. She is very, very involved in the Integral Conference. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that on here. Can you guys see my screen? So this is, let's see, integralautism.org is the website. And this is a conference that she for years has been involved in the planning and making this happen. So it says right on here, Integral Autistic Adults and Allies Conference. And what does it stand for? So Integral actually stands for, it's right on the screen here, Interactive Networking, Talks, and Education for Growing Autism Legitimacy. It is a great event and it is in the planning stages right now. And this year's event, check it out. It's right here, November 7th, 2026 is when the conference is. And it's hybrid. So you can reach it from wherever you are. You can come in person to the Goodman Community Center in Madison, Wisconsin. And it says right on here, I'm going to go ahead and read the screen. Integral is an autism conference like no other. It puts adults on the autism spectrum front and center, not as a subject for others to discuss, but to come together and exchange perspectives with non-autistic professionals and parents so that everyone can learn from each other. Integral is about getting autistic adults and non-autistic allies in the same space to learn from each other and to collaborate on real-world issues. And if you want to get involved, there's a button right here where you can click. And there is a ton of information on here. And it says right on here again, how this conference is different and how they use this collaborative model. There's like I said, so much information. Go ahead and take time to check this out and connect.
Can I react to this? Can I react?
Please do.
Please.
Yes.
I have sent this just now. I have sent this to my friend Pavel Hlušička. He is the chairman of the uniting all the autistic people in the Czech Republic, and he's doing many events for them. I have sent this to him now, and I will discuss it with him later.
Excellent. Oh, that is exciting. Thank you so much for that. And Emily is on here. I know she's in a place right now where she's not able to unmute and interact, but she is here, and I'll make sure she's aware of that. And that she's your best connecting point for all things with the conference, because like I said, she's been very, very involved for many years with making that all happen and all the planning and whatnot. So that's perfect. Thank you so much, George. That's what it's all about, networking and sharing resources and helping each other out. So that's perfect. And I do want to give everybody a chance here to share any, I'm going to go ahead and call it any last thoughts you want to share, because we are going to be reading the chapter out of Marianne's book shortly here. So I don't want to let time get away from me. Debbie, I'm going to actually pass it to you first. If you have anything you want to make sure to share out with us today.
Well, it's been great to meet George and see Helen again. And well, of course, see you. And I know Kurt is here somewhere and Emily, but it's always good to see everybody and just to be able to share ideas and make connections. So thank you.
And how would people find you?
Oh, well, easiest way would probably be in LinkedIn. I am Debbie Miller, Dub Miller. So easy to find right there on LinkedIn. And I did put my information in our chat. So
perfect.
Thanks.
Excellent. So Helen, you want to go ahead and share some final thoughts with us as well? And I'm not saying we're ending. I'm just saying I want to make sure everybody has a chance to talk before we.
Yeah, I've talked a lot during this time. I feel heard, got everything put in the chat. I'm excited about what we're about to weave with the great discovery. So, and great to learn more about people involved in Legal Shield and involved in the health word, and to meet George. I'm just so excited about all of that and your upcoming podcast, and that we're connected. So thank you so much for really having a fabulous World of Ability podcast today.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And George, I'm going to pass it to you next. Any final thoughts you want to make sure to share?
Yes, it's a nice energy. You are leading very nicely, Susan, and nice people, nice energy, and I would be happy to join you guys again. If not the next week, then the week after that. I will see. I will try. The same time on Saturday, I believe. Yes?
Always. Yep.
Yes.
Beautiful. Yeah, you are always welcome here. I appreciate that very much.
Thank you.
And I am going to go ahead and share a video here from Marianne, one that she had sent to us last week. And you know what? I missed a button. Hang on. You want to be able to hear it too. So and I actually have not heard this one yet. She sent this last week and I was unable to get it loaded up in time. So we're all going to get to hear this for the first time.
Our next special guest, she's moved to San Carlos all the way from Hawaii. Nuestra próxima invitada se ha movido a San Carlos desde Hawaii. Tiene una serie de libros de actúos de kindness, actúos de bienestar. Her series books is full of acts of kindness, and she'll be more presentable and has a series of children's books.
Gracias. Hola and aloha.
Yeah, sure. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Buenos tardes a todos. Thank you to Alex Mendoza and Colibri Restaurant for hosting this book fair. We are grateful to bring together authors, educators, and the community today. Gracias a Alex Mendoza y a Colibri Restaurant por organizar esta feria del libro. Estamos agradecidos de reunir y autores, educadores y la comunidad hoy. My name is Brennan Williams, and I'm here reading a short introduction on behalf of Marianne Ambrose. Mi nombre es Brennan Williams y es
That was hang on. That was the I think just the first part of the video, because she mentioned that it is more like a 9-minute video, but that's what I have of it right now. So let's see here. Ooh, and actually, oh no, Marianne's still here. I'm having a hard time finding her on my screen though. Oh, we're good. Okay, so I know we also have book trailers of hers as well. And if you give me just a brief moment here to back up to where that is located, I will go ahead and share one of her trailers here, because we will be reading a chapter from, let's see. There it is. I started scrolling. I got to put these together in one spot so I can pull it up quicker for you guys in our future weeks here. But I do have the book trailer in front of me. So let me share my screen again so that you can go ahead and enjoy.
For the Love of Water, World Water Year. Join us as we celebrate World Water Day with the fourth book in the Acts of Kindness series by Marianne of Waikiki. Meet Robo Motivation, a brave robot delivering clean water to schools worldwide. Alongside Waterflow the whale, our deaf ocean hero, they show that every act of kindness can change the world, one drop at a time. Plus, meet Pollination, the inspiring bee championing sustainability, and Mr. Penmanship, the Emperor Penguin, urging you to stand up for climate change by writing to Greenpeace. Powered by Lucy Lynch's Love is the Only Way. This movement reminds us that love, kindness, and action create waves of change.
Hopping to the phone because my computer just got the blue screen of death as that was playing. We'll have to come back to that in just a moment. I'm a little confused as to what just happened, but my computer literally is rebooting right now. So I'm hoping, can you guys hear me okay? It's a good thing I stayed on the phone after all.
Yes,
so Marianne,
we can
actually, if
hear
you'd
you.
like, I can pass it over to you if you would like. Do you hear anything from Santa if he was going to be joining us, or we can go ahead and get give you the floor so you can read the chapter of your book. And you are muted right now.
She had typed into the chat that she's on low battery, and so I'm surprised to see her video here because it did say something like she couldn't read. Let me scroll down. Yeah, it says low battery, no charge. Can't read my voice, computer, etc. So
Okay.
yeah, we have to do a weave around, solve that.
Oh, good.
I don't
So-
have access to her books, or I could read, but I need to hop off here pretty soon.
All good. And I will switch back to the computer as soon as it lets me. So, you know, sometimes you just go with what you got because that's the way life gives it. And let's see.
Yeah, thank you very much. No, we'll hold off till next week when we have better communications, because this is the universe telling us to take a break. And that's okay. We had good conversations that matter. And yeah, so I love Santa Papa John as being the storyteller, and we'll wait for him to make that next movement for the chapters of the book. So, but at least we shared it today with book club. And so go out and play as our tagline and messages, because Santa Papa John is doing his thing. Leon is getting water units worldwide. We had a great time, and I had a great, beautiful book fair last Sunday. Who would have thought, in San Carlos, Mexico? So thank you to our San Carlos, Mexico community, bringing book authors. As you saw that, our introduction was amazing, and we are doing amazing. And Brennan too. He is really doing the work too as well.
Beautiful. Yeah. There we go. Disconnecting my other device again so that I can hear properly on here. Oh my goodness. Let me get myself on. Oh, and I'm not able to do that either. So you'll hear my voice in the background until I can get switched over to be pinned on screen with you guys. Oh, let me see if. Oh, there it is. All right. Thank you so much. And I'm just, so I was anticipating the book, but that is quite all right. I'm going to just flip over here briefly and share that we do have, with water skiing, for anybody who's local here, adaptive water skiing dates are set. So we do know now when those are taking place. So our ski club, I ski with Pewaukee Lake Water Ski Club. In August, there's a Saturday. It's August the 22nd, where we will be having our big event at Pewaukee Lake. That's all adaptive water skiing. And they're actually, for the first time, we're going to be having a second event. And this one's going to be really unique. You know what? I was going to share my screen again, but it's going to take too long. I'll just tell you about it. On July 4th, our ski club for years have been showing up to do a parade. There's a community parade that goes right past our ski site. We do our ski show on the 4th of July as well. Sometimes there's a band that plays, and then we get to enjoy the fireworks right from our ski site. Added this year, first time ever, veterans, and we're talking disabled veterans, are going to be coming out and doing some adaptive water skiing with us on the 4th of July. So Independence Day is going to be a big one this year. We're going to be at the lake the entire day because we are supposed to be there for our vets starting at 7:30 in the morning. We have a parade taking place at 3 o'clock. Then we have a ski show taking place at 5:30. And then I believe right after us, there's going to be a band playing. And then somewhere around like 9:30 at night is when the fireworks happen. So it's going to be a wonderful, massive day to celebrate all sorts of wonderful things on Independence Day this year. So July 4th happens to be on a Saturday. So even better, it's the weekend. I think after a day like that, I may need Sunday to recover a little bit because I'll be exhausted. I can tell you that right now, but worth every moment of that. So that's going to be a spectacular day. And for any disabled veterans that happen to be in the Milwaukee, Southeast Wisconsin area, now you know we're doing this. If you want to be part of the event, reach out to, I believe signing up is at least in part happening through the DAV, the Disabled American Veterans Group. DAV, I don't know much about them myself, which I should know more. I will know more soon, but it is a local organization that is helping to get that word out to our veterans to be able to get. I think the number I was told was 30. So I believe we'll have 30 vets that will be joining us on that day. But they're not signed up yet. We're getting that part happening now. So now you know, come on out and join us. And speaking of veterans, I always want to make sure to mention too, Project Die Hard. Project Die Hard is an amazing veteran organization that is all about preventing veteran suicide. It's amazing that it's as big of a problem as it is. It's massive. It's crazy massive. And I never knew that. I knew there was a problem, but I didn't realize how bad it was. And now that I know, I can't unknow. And you're in the same boat now. You can't unknow either. It is a horrible how many vets are losing their life to suicide on a daily basis. And we're not just talking a few. We're talking like 40 some individuals every day. That's why Project Die Hard is here. We are here to provide a hope to our veterans and to make a difference. I know that there was a great event that took place actually this morning from 9 to noon today. Project Die Hard was on site at Crossroads Lawn and Garden in Kentucky. And as I'm saying this, I'm going to see if I can find the info. I'm sure Brian put more information on our social media today. So let me see if I can find anything further. And he does not disappoint. Here it is. Let me go ahead and share my screen here so you guys can see the great things going on with Project Die Hard. So let's see. Yep. So this was where I was saying today, Crossroads Lawn and Garden from 9 to noon. What are we looking for with this event? There was a tractor donated to Project Die Hard. So somebody had traded that tractor in, got a new one. There is some repairs needed to be done with the engine of this unit. So that is something that we are fundraising for right now to get this fixed up, because Project Die Hard has a property in Makanda, Illinois. There is what is it, 20 acres with a 10,000 square foot building, and on that acreage there is some woodsy area. There used to be trails there. They are overgrown at this point, and there is a huge need really for that tractor. Oh, hey, look at this. There it is. There's that tractor right there. That is the tractor. We need to get this fixed up so that we can use it on the property. Let me just go ahead and scroll. There it is. And Brian had the truck there with that banner, and it says right on there, hashtag check your vet. That is a call out to everybody. Anyone that you know that's a vet, or anyone you know that might be isolated, check on them. Take a moment and send them a text. Call them. Better yet, knock on their door and say hi, or hey, meet me for a cup of coffee or something, but check on each other. That's what community is all about. So that was from this morning, and it says right on here, the only way this happens is with the kingdom and the community helping. Die Hard 6, Brian, was there ready to answer your questions, but you had to come to Crossroads Lawn and Garden. They really are a big supporter of our mission, and I can't say loudly enough, if you are anywhere in Kentucky, Illinois, anywhere in the vicinity of Crossroads Lawn and Garden, and you need anything that they can provide, please support them. They support us, and in turn, I really, really, really encourage you to support them right back. So here it is. And was this one? This does not have the picture on here. There is another one. These are all similar here. Oh, look at that. We have on the mark. Oh, sorry. On your mark is what stood out to me, but it's shakedown. We do shakedown every day as well. If you want to know what that is, I'd be happy to tell you. I know I had a picture coming up here.
And I can verify it's not frisking you to have all your coins and money drop down. But I just have to tell you, my veteran came in and said it's gorgeous out there, Helen, and they're having garage sales all over the city. So he said, let's go on our bikes. So I'm going to leave, and thank you all so much. It's been a great session. All right.
Helen, can I ask you before you go? Helen?
Yes.
What is this big green city behind you? What is it?
That is my artwork with Microsoft Copilot. I call it the International Space Station. Oh, I'm glad you asked. I want to put one more thing in the chat for you to snag. I intended to. This is what I started to say. Kurt and Sue are also affiliates of the Great Discovery. And Kurt has graciously stepped aside to let me put my link in to the Great Discovery, but it doesn't too much matter. But I have claimed the space. This is where I get to be a philanthropist. And Wellness Weavers, that's where I'm developing the Live Well Health and Wellness Cooperative. So it is a piece of fun art. It's like low orbit. We have the International Space Station where the astronauts go to, but I call this the International Space Station, which we are experiencing right now because we connect the ends of our rainbows. And like the little leprechauns say, oh, the pot of the golds are at the end of the rainbows. I say we are in the pots of gold. We are the all-stars. And so another background that I can put on here is the Cosmic Green Bus. So I'm going to quickly change that to show you and then I did a fun thing because I'm always mimicking what people see on US TV. So there was a thing and they would say, extreme makeover. And I don't like things that are extreme. I want things that are practical and manageable. So they would say this line though, and they would choose some family there. And so then they would say, move that bus. And they would have the family, and then the people would be like, oh, and they were over the top in spoiling the family and having tall ceilings, all this wasted space that costs a lot of money to heat and all of that stuff. But here, we're in our own homes. We're participating from the devices that we have. Kurt and Sue are masters at connecting live streaming and this and that. So we have proven the power of well-intentioned citizens. And what I told Kurt called me up once and he said, Helen, if Wellness Weavers doesn't get behind this issue of the veterans that are committing suicide each day, I said, Kurt, every veteran comes from a family of people that love them. And guess how many people are committing suicide every day that aren't veterans? We have to support the whole family. So that's what Wellness Weavers is. Welcome to the family, George.
Thank you.
And I put my link. So if you click on the Great Discovery Wellness Weavers, you'll be in the family. And then you'll start seeing all the ways that anybody that asks you for money, you can say, I've got something better than money. And you give them that link. And then when they learn to be free affiliates, all they do is grant everybody's wishes. So when somebody says, oh, I always wanted to learn about, you grant their wish. You connect them, you look at the free course, and that gives them the opportunity to meet the instructor and decide if they want to pay for higher levels as they continue on with that. But the Great Discovery is they've been in development for over 3 years. So they literally bloomed the whole educational piece that I didn't have to pay for. So I love to reward Sandra Harris. She was married to Michael Harris, who was the guy behind Six Sigma. That was how to help businesses be efficient, effective, wise use of their money. But we are wise use of our money, our time. And so don't expect everything to be perfect because we're all humans. We're in the process of organizing all of this chaos. And the Live Well Health and Wellness Cooperative is the reward for all human beings. We already paid our taxes. We paid for our electricity. We paid for our devices. We drop money into those offering plates. We volunteer our time. We make food and then we show up and manage the fundraisers. So we've already paid for everything, and that's why what I offer is always free. That is why the grandmother's clause is we don't charge our grandchildren. We don't say you're welcome to come as long as you pay, So thank you so much. And I realize I'm talking so loud. I don't have to be shouting, projecting. I'm sorry. So I need you guys to tell me to lower it or to cut it off or give me the 30-second warning. Anyway, thank you so much. And this is my other artwork. The Cosmic Green Bus. So in the US, the green bus is used to transport prisoners, but in my case, it's all stars. And we give people a second chance because we're humans. We can learn from our mistakes. And so Legal Shield is having a grandmother like me that will stand up. And I always tell the people, no matter what, no matter how bad it is, the news you have to tell me, you must always promise to tell me the truth, or I won't be able to say, I know this person made mistakes in the past, just like I made mistakes in the past, but we made a pact and a commitment. We are always going to tell each other the truth. And then we can problem solve and we can stand up for people that are being attacked and being lied to or lied about. And that is so prevalent when they talked about frivolous lawsuits. That's the tactic they do. And all lawyers that stand for that kind of just because somebody pays them, they should be disbarred. All righty. Thanks for letting me get on my soapbox and blurt out because I'm processing my trauma by people that have put me in court and made me stand to defend everything I wrote a check for. I thought I was a wise and faithful servant and steward of everything, of how hard I worked, all my nursing resources, everything. These people got me hook, line, and sinker because they knew of my passion for veterans. They know logistics. It's the closest thing to me. My father was a pacifist. He was a Mennonite. So you should look at my father made the chart that documents the migration from Alsace-Lorraine, Austria, uh, in the 1700s, and why we lived in Russia for over 100 years before they changed the rules. So my father's family did not come to the U.S. until 1874. And they brought the red winter wheat with them, but they didn't take all the seeds. They left some for Russia to feed their people too. There are no genetic dots from Russia, but Sofia, Bulgaria, I want to meet people from there. And I think you're way closer than I am, aren't you? Thank you.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you so much, Helen. Always good to see you. And
Thank you, Sue.
good luck with the hunting.
Yeah, thank you. And I have to tell George in on a family joke. Sue's name is really Sue on her birth certificate. My mother, whose primary language was Spanish, called all of her children Sister Sue when she would get tongue-tied during stressful times. So you knew who she was talking about because who she made eye contact with. But I started a little business called Sister Sue's Monkey Business, humor for the health of it. I'm a health edutainer and I love making sock monkeys with clothes on them and mimicking Curious George and all of those fun things. So George, George, George of the jungle, George, George, George of the jungle. You'll hear that, and I hope you enjoy because I love translating. I love children's books in any language because pictures speak 1,000 words. So the art of teaching and teaching English as a second language, I believe you and I are twin engine jets, just like Sue and I and Kurt and I and Emily and I. So we all fit together with our strengths into our weakness, just like a fine workings of a clock that keeps precision time. Thank you so much.
Yep, thank you.
All righty. We outlived Marianne's battery.
Well, and
all righty.
I know I'm going to go ahead and bring back up. Yep, thank you, Helen. I have a couple more things with Project Die Hard that are coming up that I just want to take a quick moment to share out. We have an event happening on May 23rd, and it's big. It's so big. That's what part of the name is. It's Operation Big Things. So this is a massive event taking place at Southpaw Barn Grill, and that is in Murfreesboro, Illinois. So this is the address right here on May 23rd from 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central. There is going to be an in-person event taking place at Southpaw Bar and Grill, and you are invited. Everybody's invited. We would love to have more folks coming with a table and all of their information that is anything that can be of benefit or resource for our veterans. That is our focus. But it says right on here, space is running out. So please reserve your place now at that event. And we do need some more volunteers to help out as well. So if that is something that you would enjoy, if you like big events, this is for you. So please come on in and let us know. Email address. Go ahead and either send it to volunteer@projectdiehard.org or send it to me directly, Susan@projectdiehard.org, and I can help connect those dots. And in addition to that, the big Fill the Can fundraiser, we do one big fundraiser a year, and Fill the Can is it. It starts soon. It begins on Memorial Day, which is the last Monday in May, and it goes through Independence Day, July 4th. So that is something that if you are anywhere in kind of driving range of Paducah, Kentucky, you can have a physical can brought to your location, and you can actually have people fill the can. And donations, all donations are welcome. There's also a way to do online fundraising as well. And to do that, that is something you can even set up now. Let me pull up Project Die Hard's website, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. Again, this is something that is super easy to do. with projectdiehard.org. This is the website. Everything you want to know about Project Die Hard is here already. But for the fundraising component, right here under Donate, if you click on that, it takes you to this page on Mighty Cause website. You can, if you want to just make a donation yourself, you're able to do that here. You're clicking that donate button. If you want to help be a fundraiser for us, you click that fundraise button, and then you can go ahead and set up your own fundraising event for Project Die Hard. And it's super easy to do. Everything you need to know is all within this, and we will be having our Fill the Can challenge taking place, where if you want to have your own virtual can, you can set up through that fundraise button here and share this out with your networks, and people can donate to this amazing organization. If you yourself want to just go ahead and make a donation, that can be done here as well on this donate button. So super easy to do, and I think I need to be sharing that out more, because we want to make it as easy as possible for people to support the things that that are around us like this. So with that, George, I know we've thrown a lot of things your way today, and I appreciate that you've been here with us and sharing all the great things that you're doing as well. Actually, I got to thinking, so you are quite a few hours ahead of us. What time is it by you right now?
Time to sleep.
I kind of figure.
Yes, it is. It is 10 p.m. now.
Well, I am so happy that you chose to join us here today and spend your Saturday evening with us. This has been a wonderful time to get together like this, and I thank you very, very much. Any last words you'd like to share? Any last thoughts you have for us today?
Thank you very much, and see you later. Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you so much, George. Thank you for joining us. Hope to see you back here again soon. Again, my name is Sue Roskoff with the World of Ability Podcast Network, and as always, we thank you.